Hey, it's your boy Justin, J.Varizzle Fisher. I thought it'd be a good idea to put together a video that comprises some kayak launches in the area in Southeastern North Carolina, because a lot of people are getting into this. It's new to them, and they don't really know where to go, where to kayak, where to fish. So this is going to be part one of a compilation because there's so many places in this area to launch. I put together, I guess, about 18 months worth of places that I've launched. There's not every place that I've launched, but I'll do a part two when I add more launches to the video. But this is going to be New Hanover and Brunswick County. I plan on branching out to Pender, maybe even Onslow in the future. But for now, just a compilation of various different kayak launches in Southeastern North Carolina. Hope you enjoy it. And good luck out there. Here's our setup. I'm rocking my Pelican Catch 110. Got her loaded up, ready to go. Got the poor man's power pole in case we need to stick ourselves down in the mud somewhere. I'm gonna run a type of flounder rig that I've not used before, but I saw a video on it and it looked pretty cool if I get it untangled, because it got tangled up on the drive here, or the drag here rather. Got us a Carolina rig. And then I got a popping rig set up on the lighter tackle. Maybe we go after some drum. We came out here a little while ago, and the fiddlers are everywhere. So we got us two little Tupperware tubs full of fiddlers. All we got to do is, I mean, you can kind of see them running around everywhere. They're not hard to catch at all. I just came out here with my dip net, and I was just dip netting fiddler crabs and dumping them in buckets. That's all it took. We ain't got no luck on the mullet yet. I'm gonna take this dip net out there and just see if I can't snag maybe one or two. We'll see. All right, we're underway, and McGregor ended up getting us plenty of bait fish, actually. Well, to start out with, I mean, we got several, and I'm about to ground here. Hold on. Playing with my camera and not paying attention to what I'm doing. So we're in the back slough here, and it's low tide was right at 10 o'clock, and I don't know, I mean, so we're on a rising tide. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of bait fish jumping. This should come into, if I calculated it correctly, it should come into a pool that'll open up for us a little bit. Hey, it's your boy Justin, J.Varizzle the Fisher. Today, we're doing a little pre-Christmas trip. It's the 23rd of December, and here we are. It's like 55 degrees, somewhere around there. Expected to get up into the 60s today. We're in what I call the bay for down at Fort Fisher. We're at the very south end of Fort Fisher, if you know anything about that area, down past the ferry launch, the boat ramp down there. And it's me and McGregor again. Water is crystal clear. It looks great. Right now it's I believe it's the outgoing tide. So I think we're catching that at the right time, I hope. We're gonna keep it simple today. I got 3 rods with me, that's it. Got one with a sweeper jig so I can drag the bottom. Went by Seaview Crab Company yesterday. Got some fresh blue crab and some head-on jumbo shrimp. So I got my bottom sweeper rig, I got a Carolina rig to throw a shrimp out there, and I got my Z-Man diesel minnow on a jig head. And That's the plan for today. All right, y'all, we're back for another installment of J.Varizzle the Fisher. I'm here at Cypress Cove Park in Leland. We're gonna get back in the Yak today and do a little paddling and see if we can get into anything. I fished here a few times. I've never had any luck. So this actually feeds into what's called Sturgeon Creek, and I've never gone that far before. So I'm gonna try to go up into Sturgeon Creek. I've heard there's a lot of bass and brim, crappie, and catfish, and it's kind of a brackish but more fresh than salt, so we'll see what we can get into. Please don't get me. I hope I got the head cam on. And that, my friends, is why I didn't have get him? Maybe. Might be able to land his ass. Look at that. Look at that sucker. Hold on, fish. I'll get this off of you. Oh, he's not done yet. I was trying to get him. I'm getting tired. I just want to get the hook out of him. That's a land, though. If I can get him close enough, I can get the pliers in and just get him plied. Come here. Come here. There you go. Nice release. Nice release. God, he was a big fish. Whew. That's not what I was after, but I'll take it. After the struggles I've had. Did you see that? And I'm gonna call it a day with that because it's starting to get dark. And I've had enough for today. That was awesome. Thank you for watching J.Varizzle the Fisher. Hopefully you give us a like and a subscribe on that one, because that was some good fish right there. I dig it. Hey, it's your boy Justin, J.Varizzle the Fisher. Me and McGregor are setting off on another journey. We are currently in what's called Davis Creek. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Southeastern North Carolina, but it's in the town of Navassa, and this runs into the Cape Fear River. And I'm sure the fishermen aficionados out there are going to be like, why are you giving up your location? Well, never fished here before, have no idea what we're going to catch, if anything. I believe it's more fresh than salt at this point. We have no idea what bait to use, so we'll see what happens. I have 6 rods rigged up and ready to go with different rigs on them. I've got paddle tail on a jig head, opening night Z-Man diesel minnow. I've got a Z-Man Zoom fluke on a Texas rig. Yeah, that's right, I said fluke on a Texas rig. And I know a lot of bass fishermen out there are gonna be like, why are you Texas rigging a fluke? Well, because I want to, that's why. I've got a top water rig with some night crawler. Maybe there's some brim in here, I don't know. I've got a split shot rig to do like jigging with a night crawler or just bottom fishing with a night crawler. I've got a shrimp rig set up so I can try to fish for catfish with just a heavyweight, like a 2-ounce. And what else do we got? Oh, we got a spinnerbait. Spinnerbait with a small paddle tail attached to the hook on that, or threaded on. So we're loaded for bear. We're literally gonna throw everything but the kitchen sink. I'm gonna go try to get down to where this thing comes into the Cape Fear, but I don't know how long of a paddle it is. Right now, it's like an hour after low tide, and should be coming up on the incoming here shortly. And I don't know, there's not much current at all right now anyway. Not like our last adventure at Town Creek. Whew, that current was something. That was ripping. But can't catch fish if you're sitting on the couch, right? So it's a Sunday morning. It's like 70 degrees out today, intermittent rain, but we should be in the clear. So why not get out and try to catch some fish? So see what happens. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching, y'all. Alright, like I said, Sutton Lake now has this new fancy kayak launch where you can get your kayak all set up to go and then just pull yourself down the launch and you're underway at that point. A couple areas around here have these and they're really nice. This, of course, again, is my Lifetime Tioga kayak. Bought it at Tractor Supply for like 300 bucks. It is 10 foot, just so you know. I know there's different lengths to kayaks, and you know, the longer you get, the more stable your platform is, but my truck bed is only 5 foot long, so I really don't want anything sticking too far out of it. So half of the kayak's in, half the kayak's out. It seems to work well for me. It's about 50 pounds, so it's not overly heavy, and it's a little bit getting it in and out of the truck, but it's not too bad. I try to get as close to the ramp as I can, so I don't have to carry it too far, because I don't have one of those carts, which would be really nice to have, really fancy. They really help you with trying to get your kayak down to where you want to launch at. Again, I have your Hawkeye Fish Tracks 1C fish finder. Those run about 100-115 bucks on Amazon again, or you can find them from the Hawkeye page. And it's battery operated, portable fishing depth finder, similar to the Garmin's. Garmin's about comparable to it. Price wise they are as well. Got my kayak anchor there, works really well. I showed you in the last video. I had anchor down and go ahead and it'll stay put, and depending on what side you put it on is the side that you're going to face. So you always just work with the current, work with it in your favor. I've got 3 just your standard spinning reels today that I'm going to be playing with. This one right now has a little wacky worm set up on it, which I didn't believe in until I tried it, and then I tried it and was catching fish on it, so I said, well, why not just stick with it. This one is let me see if I can, there we go. All right, we just got a little spinnerbait on that bad boy, just a little brim simulated spinnerbait. It works good for your panfish. And then of course I've still got tied on my shiny shad Rapala number 7 floating minnow. I'm gonna tell you, I like this one. This one's good. I've caught some fish on it, but the silver right there, that is the game changer for me. I've caught more fish on that number 7 Rapala silver floating minnow than I have anything else in my box over the years. It works really, really well. It's good to fish close to cover, but again, you see them treble hooks, so it's not going to be weedless. If you want to go weedless, you want probably more of the weedless hook on the wacky worm, and it all depends on what situation you're fishing. I threw a net in there just to have one. I'm probably not going to need it or not going to use it. I've got my little dry box there, so I can put my wallet and my truck key in there. Won't get them soaked. This is actually a rod holder that is aftermarket that I mounted. The kayak comes with 2 regular rod holders on it. This thing was, I think, 15 bucks at Bass Pro Shop, and the way that it's set up in a quick draw configuration is, you know, if I reach back here, it'll pull up for me, and I can just pop it right out and then just jam it right back in, and it works pretty well. So I added that not too long ago so I can carry 3 rods without any issues. And I always carry, of course, a life preserver. And today, actually, I brought, I don't know if you see it, but I brought my little knockoff GoPro. It's not a GoPro brand, it's actually HLS. And I'm going to play with that along with the Google Pixel 6 and see what I can get the best video quality with. But here we are, and we're getting ready to launch this thing. And I'm just going to show you, this is the boat ramp. So there's where your standard boat launch is, and then the kayak launch, of course, is over here. We're actually going to be heading that direction. So you can see where those that shelf kind of juts out, where those trees are and that grass. We're actually going to go that way, and then we're probably going to round that curve and try a little bit past there at first, and then work our way back to the boat ramp. What I like to do is kind of check the current, and I'll try to go against the current on my way out, and then by the time you're done fishing, you know, you're tired, you're worn out at that point. So try to use the current to help me get back in. It doesn't always work out that way, but try to do it when you can. It makes life a little bit easier. So let me get saddled up on this thing and we'll get rolling.